a little impromptu card trick for everyone to enjoy. We'll get a pack of cards and they can be shuffled under an impromptu situation. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually have a spectator name any four of a kind. And let's say they say queens. The audience says queens. And I'd say aces, great. I'm just kidding. We'll actually use the queens. And so we pull them out as we're going along. And let's see if we can do this as we go along. Where are the queens? That's number 2. That's number 3. Number 4 right on top. Okay, we'll make it a little bit more challenging for myself. So all 4 queens, hopefully you can see it so far. Yeah, okay. So we got all 4 queens, and they can examine them and actually point out their favorite queen. So let's say they say the queen of diamonds. Okay, we'll use the queen of diamonds as our favorite. So queen of spades, queen of clubs, queen of hearts, and a lovely queen of diamonds. Okay. Now I'm going to try this out with, let's say, we can actually try it out with the queen of diamonds. Yeah, let's try it out. Okay, we'll actually do this with your favorite one. I'm going to turn to the side. Hopefully you can see this. We got the queen, and check this out. It's going to happen on count 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. Let's start. Hello everyone, Dan here, and another little trick with some playing cards. Let's go right into it. We have the cards shuffled, very fair manner. And let's say the audience member is asked, I asked the audience member for any 4 of a kind, 4s, 7s, jacks, queens. Let's say they say 5s. So let's go right on into it. They say 5s, and so that's 1. Let's go for the second 5. That's 2, 3, and 4. And I also want to display the rest of the pack to show that there's no other 5s as well. Okay, as we go and show every single last card up to the last second. And I do keep jokers in here because they are amazing. And so there's no other ones in there. Good, good. And I also ask a spectator of the 4 5s that are present currently which one they like the best, and we will use it for the effect. And they mention, let's say, the 5 of hearts of the 4 5s. So this will be the leader one. So 5 of diamonds, 5 of clubs, 5 of spades, and the 5 of hearts. Okay, now we're going to try this out. We're going to use actually just the 5 of hearts. If I get this card, check this out. It's going to happen on count 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and it changes from 4 5s to 1, 2, 3, 4 queens, just like that. My name is Dan, and I hope you enjoy the little trick. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed that little trick. That one was called Quadra. It's a personal favorite of mine, and something I created as a variation. I'm not sure, and I probably doubt it's better than the original, which was based off of Nathan Gibson's trick number 3. But, you know, it comes pretty close, and I enjoyed it as well. It's a 4 for 4 transformation that's pretty visual, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's get into it. We're going to need to be very familiar with culling and Roadrunner culling, because we're going to be culling multiple cards. And if you don't know culling, I will suggest the usual, which is go to Quiltzia Kinlot, go to his website, and buy the Roadrunner Cull DVD. He knows me, we're cool, and I always suggest getting his DVD because it'll make you lazy. It's so good. The Roadrunner Cull is amazing. So, that said, we start the fresh deck of cards, entirely brand new and shuffled. We have knowledge, hopefully, of the Roadrunner Cull, And we can do that, and then we go right into the routine. So we have we ask for any 4 of a kind, and you can do one of 2 methods, and which are both very powerful. One's a gag, which I mentioned last video. Gags. Here's another gag. You can say, "What would you like? Jacks, queens, kings, or aces?" You say to them, and they say jacks. And you go, aces? Sounds great. And then you actually pull out the aces, and then you transform them into jacks and saying, "I'm sorry, I was being a jerk." And then you transform the aces into jacks, and then wow, that's pretty cool. And then everyone likes you. You become the jerk to the nice guy, which is cool. Or you can be nice from the get-go, and I was nice in this performance that I did it, and then I changed them, which was cool to a little bit cooler, from 4 of a kind to another 4 of a kind. So let's say we're going no jerk mode. I just give the other idea because that's really, really fun to play with at the bars. What do you want? Jacks, queens, kings, or aces? I want kings. Aces? Alright, let's do the trick with aces. It's just a great gag. I love it. Love it. So, let's go into it. We have, let's say they call off, let's be a nice guy. They want aces. Or let's say they want any 4 of a kind. You mentioned any 4 of a kind. They want 4s. Okay? We're going to do 4s to aces. We're going to change from the 4s to the aces. So they want the 4s, and you see an ace, and you start culling. You cull the aces, you up jog the 4s. It's kind of hard to keep track of, but just think, cull aces, up jog 4s. So I've been culling 2 aces. This is the ace diamonds. Don't put much emphasis on it, just be culling it as you're up jogging the 4s. Cull aces, up jog 4s. If you extend your mind beyond this, you'll get confused, and then you'll break the code, and you might cull a 4 and up jog an ace, which won't be good. So cull aces, up jog 4s. So we got 3 4s, continuing on, and then 4th 4, and we're all good. So on over here we've got the 4 aces spread out. You can spread it out to display the 4 aces, and on the back you've got the 4 aces. I actually forgot to cull an ace. Forgot to cull an ace of spades. Well, that's what adjusting is for, and you can even do a second display, making sure there's no extra 4s in there, and you can catch up if you need to be. But hopefully you're not as bad as me and just forgetting to cull an ace in the explanation. So 4 aces on top, and then 4 4s right here. Now you can point out to them, they can choose their favorite 4. Let's say they choose the 4 of clubs, okay? And then the others are out there as well. They're just chilling. During this time, we use the time to be able to turn the deck face down and get a casual 4-card break. However you want to. One-handed method, citing 4 cards as you do a push-off, pulling back, getting it. You can push with the cover right here, as I did in the performance. Whatever you want. Oh, here's another low one. This is one I read in a book. 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot who the author was, but just this idea of the thumb count to switching it up. So what it looks like is this: 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a thumb palm transfer. So we count off 4 cards, riffling off 4 cards. Stick your forefinger inside, pop off the pack so it pops off over here, and then stick your finger inside. Whatever method you use, pinky break, I don't care. Just get 4 cards off the top of the pack, because these are the aces. Okay? Okay. Now we do a Marlowe move, I believe. I'm not sure. There's 2 ways to go about it. One way is to go like this: 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then keep a pinky break under the rest of the pack, and then just count off 3, and then add the 4th card. You don't even actually need a pinky count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then as you square up the cards, you add on the last ace that we're going to do a transformation with. Square it on up and do that. And so what you've done in the motion of, let me go back, right there, so we got a break under 4 cards, and then the 4s are on top. What we did was we slid off 1, dropping it, sliding off 1, dropping it, sliding off 1, dropping it, dropped on 3, and you could drop the rest of the pack on top, putting the positioning be face up 4 on top, aces right here, 4 aces, and then the 3 4s that have been switched out on bottom. So you get this positioning, and then add on the 1 card, and you're all set. That's one way to go about it. Another way, which I did in the performance, was to do it this way. You pull off 1 card, flip it over. Middle finger and thumb hold the card, thumb on the back, and you show it. That's 1. Do the same thing, and you can square off with the first card. 2. Make sure you don't flash the aces right here. 2, 3, and then as we come down for the 4th one, we drop that 3 packet, let it fall and coalesce with its pack. As we pull off the 4th one, leaving the 3 4s right here. The 4 they chose is the most important one. The leader one is right here, and the 4 aces are on top. And we've done the switch out. Set the pack aside, face up so they can't really recollect back to that, and you're all set up for the position. So whichever you choose, we're good. Now we take the bottom card. We can take the bottom card, turn it face up. You can be fancy if you want. You can show the bottom card. We're going to do this trick with the leader ace of 4 clubs, and you can do this flip off motion where you would have to lean it a little bit towards you. It's like a KM move that I saw featured in the Oz Perlman DVD, Watch Magic. You do this, kind of like a paintbrush change almost. Pull off the card as you let the rest of the pack fall, and you clean right there. Okay, so whatever you choose. We could just pull off the bottom card and just show it. Whatever. Being fancy. We get a break under the top card, and we do a plethora of changes from the shapeshifter. Boom. We can do my own move. Well, I can't really go into it, but I'll just demonstrate for performance. That's another little change. We can do the twirl change. That's probably what I usually do in performance, and then you can display the other 3s. But for the context of the performance and what I did, I showed the 4. Okay, I said it's going to happen on the count of 3. I didn't show it fully enough, but being able to display it towards the audience is good. And you have the cards spread out from here. Spread out the cards to 3 cards right there. And you go 1, 2, and then 3, and then as you stop, so you go with the twirl change. In this case, you go straight down, and at the very beginning, the card is held between. So when you pick up the double, middle finger and thumb, hold it up like so, and it's on because I'm holding it with the cards with my left hand. The right hand comes to the left corner and the back right corner with the thumb. Okay. Tilt it up towards your audience, and you say it's going to happen on count 3. You spread out the cards right here. 1, 2, 3, and then on 3 is when I start to move the change. Start the change. So 1, 2, 3, and I've already flipped over the card, and then the rest is just fast waving motion. You're just going from left to right, and you can then move your wrist so you can make it fancier change. So it looks like this. It's going to happen on count 3. 1, 2, 3. Stop, and as you freeze motion, when you decide to freeze motion, that's when you turn up the other aces. So 1, 2, 3, and then you turn up the aces, and it's like an instant four card change. Not only this card, that was the first part, and then it's an extended amazement with all 4. You show all 4. That's 1. You drop the double onto here. You then turn over this card, face down, and that's 1. We can turn over the packet. We now get a break above the last ace, the ace of spades we just showed, and then we do. I don't know what this move is. It's a Marlowe one, I believe, but it's my additions that make it original. So 1, you push off the first card. So that's 2, 3, and then as we take the 3rd ace, here's my little addition. As we take the 3rd ace, which is a double, okay, double. As we take the 3rd ace, we take it as a double. We put a little pressure, keeping it right there, so it doesn't break or flash or anything of that nature. And then with this last ace, they're assuming, the audience and magicians would assume this is a double, this last one. So then we can take this moment to let go of the card, and like a coin move, like where we do it like a coin, rotating it. In that same motion, we do. So that's we did the 1. This is 1. Break below the bottom one. Give yourself a second, need be. 2, 3, double. 4, and display. They're amazing because you're handling that card so freely. You could take all 4, assuming that ace doesn't break. If it breaks, then you square it up and close it. But in the case it doesn't break, you can display it briefly, showing the audience all 4 cards very cleanly. You can even show the backs, which is cool. Front, back, fair. Square up the cards towards you so you don't flash the 4, and then set everything on the table, and you're done. Very simple little trick. In the original version, what Nathan did, and which is why I'm so jealous, he did basically everything the same way, but it was just this change that I can never get used to, and it was so beautiful how he. Well, I won't even reveal his method. I don't even fully know it. But basically, what he did on TV was he displayed the cards up to here, which I couldn't do. Mine's is more of a waist level routine. Well, I mean, I'm trying to raise it on up, but his was just like literally he just shows the 1 to 4s, and he would just shake it up towards the audience and up towards his face, and then the 4 would change to an ace, and then he can proudly display all the other cards have changed to aces, which was amazing. He got featured on a TV show for that and won multiple competitions, and it's an effect I'm jealous about. I couldn't fully come up to that level, but at least we get a variation I can share with the with everyone here, and I hope you enjoyed that little jam session. This is Quadra, a 4/4 change, and hope you have a good one.